Tonight, I will be reviewing Terror on Tape. Now, I actually have 2 Terror on tapes. Some of you might know that from my other videos that I scored this huge VHS lot from a guy at a flea market. I actually went to his house to get more VHSs, and I found stuff like this, doubles of big boxes. So yeah, I sold a lot of them. But here on Terror on Tape, they're both equally damaged, so I couldn't decide which big box to hold on to. So I just decided, hey, let's keep both of them. So, let's see. These are on, obviously, the Continental video label. Now, they jumped right into the big box format around 1984. And they're not like other companies like Paragon and Wizard Video. They started with some slip cases, and then they slowly evolved into the big boxes because they came out, they started the company before the big boxes ever became popular. But right when Continental came out, the big box thing already started catching on, so they're like, hey, let's jump into this with the big boxes, let's do it. So that's what they did, and their first release was Tilt. I don't know that movie, but it's not a horror movie, but whatever. They decided that it would be a good idea to market their horror movies, which were popular at the time, by making a compilation VHS. Now, this has been done before. I don't know if this has been done a bunch of times, but I don't know if it's been done before Terror on Tape. There's compilations like Film Gore and Coming Soon, things like that. It's actually produced by probably the biggest VHS marketing guru of all time. And his name is Eric Parkinson. He's like a CEO of some major big video marketing company that markets indie kind of films. But this was the first thing he ever produced. Could you imagine that this big fancy millionaire CEO started by producing Terror on Tape? I just found that kind of interesting. The compilation is directed by Robert A. Worms III, I must add. And I always thought that was a fake person. Robert A. Worms, it just goes along with the whole horror theme of this release. I went on IMDb. He only had one other title to his name, not as a director, but as like an actor of some small role in some 70s or 60s film. And someone actually went on IMDb and put his date of birth on there, so I guess he's real. He's a real dude, so that's that. I don't know anything else about him, except that, according to my calculations, he directed this when he was about 50 years old. So the fun thing about Terror on Tape is that it takes place in a video store, a horror-themed video store. Different patrons walk in. The first patron is it's like this really geeky dude looking for something scary for his family. The shop owner is kind of like a creepy dude, played by Cameron Mitchell. Some of you might know him from Toolbox Murders and some other cult movies. He shows him some clips of some scary horror movies on this little TV he has on the counter. The cool thing about the video shop is that it's lined wall to wall with big boxes in awesome condition and other Continental stuff, like Continental posters and little standees that you put on the counter. A lot of stuff like that. It was just so cool to see all these big boxes in mint condition line the walls. I've never seen so many in my life. I mean, it's so many. Of course, they're all Continental, but it's just really cool to see them in mint condition when they were at their prime, when they were still fresh. We get to see some clips, and that's pretty much it. We see clips of movies like Nightmare, Scalps, which has some pretty cool cutthroat stuff, H.G. Lewis Blood Trilogy, which is actually released under the sister label of, or sub-label, whatever you want to call it, of Continental, which is called Comet Video. Return of the Aliens, Deadly Spawn, The Slayer, Frozen Scream, Suicide Cult, stuff like that. By the time after he shown him the clips, then the guy's like disturbed and he just runs out of the shop. And that's when another patron comes in, and it's this construction worker guy. And he's asking for like, here, give me some sick stuff. I want to watch some sick stuff. So we get more clips of more movies, and that guy eventually walks out with a big stack of big boxes. That's another weird thing. Even though this is called Terror on Tape, they kept showing clips of a movie called Kidnapping the President. I've never seen it, but it's definitely not a horror movie. It just has some stupid scenes of a guy getting shot and another guy getting mauled by like a dog. A lot of scenes are like in the jungle, so it's kind of weird. I don't know why they kept showing clips of that movie. Then you have the third patron, which is like this weird vampire chick comes in. She has a whip, and she just says she really needs something to get her off. And at first we're thinking, oh, like she needs an orgasm or something. But now, later we begin to realize, oh, she just wants to get scared or something. So she's walking around with a whip, and he has to show her clips. She's like, oh, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I'm almost scared. Like she's having an orgasm. And he gives her Terror on tape. And that was a funny thing. Like in the video shop, they had posters of Terror on tape. And I thought it was funny because I guess they designed the movie poster before they even shot the stuff inside the video store. What else could I say about this? Well, they got a weird, like towards the end it gets a lot better because in the beginning we're just seeing like lame clips of, not lame, but some of them are good, but some clips, long clips, 5-minute clips of the movies. And they do like a compilation thing where they have like all these cutthroats from like all these movies, all the cutthroat sequences, that was pretty cool, and like all the decapitation sequences, which was pretty cool also. Also, he seems to show clips on this TV without ever changing the tape in a VCR. I guess it's like a magic TV that he could just turn it on and it will play the movie he wants it to play. He does like jokes too while the movies are playing, not many, but they're really bad, lame jokes. But you'll get over it. Terror on tape is a really cool VHS because it really gets into the heart of Continental video. I mean, it just, you get to see all the big boxes when they were in their glory. You get to see all the posters on the wall. You get a really good display of all the gore and the guts that Continental was releasing at the time. So it's a really good shrine to Continental video, even though it came out pretty early. This came out in '85, and as some of you might know, they all have catalog numbers on the spine. This is catalog spine number 1022. They started at 1,000. Some of the movies they discuss in here came out after 1022, so that was kind of weird. Maybe they were just getting ready. Maybe they were just marketing movies that they were going to release. So I thought that was just kind of weird. There's actually a Canadian distributor. I believe they're Canadian. What was it? VEC, I think. I think that's it. VEC. They actually licensed Terror on tape out to distribute it in Canada in like a slipcase. I thought that was kind of weird. That's Terror on tape. I don't have much more to say about it because it's just a compilation of really gory clips, and all the clips are linked together and tied together by this cool little horror video shop scenario, and you get to see the big boxes in their glory, specifically Continental video. So it's definitely worth a look, just once. I mean, once or twice. If you guys are interested in seeing the whole introduction of the video, of, you know, when it first starts, go to slasherindex.com and go on the Continental page, and you'll be able to see the whole introduction of the movie before the clips start showing up. So that's it. My next review is going to be in, Trick or Treats Vestron video in the spirit of Halloween. So that's me. That's it with me, and have a good night.
Enjoy them, and thank you, sir.
I know I will. Hey, I got a question for you.
Yes.
How can you afford to rent these things for 10 cents a night?
There's a $10 charge for not rewinding the cassettes.
Oh, I get it.
Good.
I get it. Hey, happy Halloween.
To you too, sir.